Hello everyone, and in this video we're going to create a React application and also a backend using ExpressJs. So what we are going to do is we are going to upload a CSV file from React. We are going to send that file to our backend, our Express server. The Express server is going to read those CSV file data and we're going to display it in our front end. Let me show the demo. So we have this text. You can upload your CSV file here, and it says click me to upload your CSV file. If I click it, I can just see a couple of CSV file. I'll upload this one. I'll just open, and now I can see a loading indicator here. You can design it however you want. I clicked it again, and after the successful upload, you can see your CSV file data here, right? So if I just refresh it again, click here and upload this one again, and it's loading and finally giving you your data, and you can design it however you want. But we're going to set up our React application and from scratch. I'll set up our backend from scratch, a couple of interesting packages, and also like interesting way to solve the course policy and that blockage. And there are going to be a couple of new cool things we're going to build together. So let's get started. I'm really excited for this one. All right, so first of all, let me open my terminal. I'll just say npm create void latest, and then from here we'll give our project name. I'll just say crm upload react, which will be the name of our project. I will select the framework, which is our React framework, and let's just create it in JavaScript. All right, so our project has been created. Let me go inside our project, crm upload react, and just install all the npm packages here. Okay, so while it is installing all these packages, let me open the project in our cursor. So okay, so I think I have created it one way up here. Probably, yeah, I'll just move it to the desktop. Okay, and I'll just go out and try to open it again. So from here, I'll just open it, and if I see my terminal, it is still installing these packages. I'll just send you terminal, just keep everything ready. At the same time, let me also just like remove everything that we don't need from here, and I'll just give a h1 tag. I'll just say you can upload your CSV files here like this. Okay, let me format this document and bring everything aligned. So it seems like npm was not installed, so I'll just force it. Okay, everything is installed. So what I can do is from our terminal in our cursor, I'll just say npm run dev, and this is going to start our dev environment. Our React project will run here, and you can see you can upload your CSV file here. So the first thing that I want to do here is create a React drop zone where you can drop and upload any files. So for that, I'll just use this package called React drop zone, and I'll just go to the npm. So this is the package name, and I can just install it from here. So I'll just go close this right now and just say npm install React drop zone. So it's really simple to use. All you need to do is get this on drop callback, all these props, and just use this component. It's pretty simple, and I'll just go and first of all let me create a component, because I don't want to keep it in our app.jsx file. I just want it in the separate file with a separate component. So here inside the source, I'll just create a folder name called components. I'll create a file called upload.jsx, and here's the upload. So in our app, let's say bye bye to this file, this state, and I will just call my upload here. Okay, so the component has been imported. Now let me just go out here and just say npm run dev, and probably I can see my upload component here, but I just can't because it's not imported properly. So just go upload and import it at the top here. Okay, everything is fine. I get my component here. Now in my component I want to use my React drop zone. So for that, just copy this code, simple, and paste it here. All right, now I also want this code and paste it here like this. Okay, let me import these things. Use callback also. I want to import it from React, and yeah, console log the accepted files whatever we put here. So now if I just go out here, I say you can upload your CSV, and if I just click to select the file, I can select any of the Excel file that we have right here. But before that, let's just change some of the design here. Instead of drag and drop like this, I can just say click me to upload your CSV files. Okay, right here, probably some styling, so just keep it inline styling for now. Let's say the color to be blue. And let's just say background color to be blue and all this thing. Yeah, and probably cursor to pointer. Okay, looks good. So when I click this, I can just add any file and upload any file. So let's just upload this file, which is this 3 MB file, and if I just see my console, it should probably show me the file that I selected. So yeah, I get the array and it has the file information here. So everything looks good here. Now what I would really want to do is I want to create a post request by using this file and upload this file to our backend. Okay, so for that, let me do a couple of things. So first of all, let's just directly go inside the accepted file. So cursor automatically suggests me a couple of things, but these are not the things that I probably want. I do want this file to be accepted file 0. I'll get the first index, and then I will create a form data. So I'll just say const form data equals to new form data, and in this new form data I just want to append one file. So I'll just say form data dot append, not everything, I just want the file to append itself. Yeah, and after this I'll just create a fetch request, right? So I'll just go out here and I'll just say fetch like this. So the URL will be our port 3000. We can give any port, but 3000 makes sense for the backend one. And obviously body is form data. Everything looks good from here, right? Yeah. So now if I just go out here, if I just inspect it, if I just see console, let's also log this file that we are getting it from here. So I'll just say console.log file. Okay, now if I just clear everything first, upload it in 3 MB. Now I get the file here, but the post request error connection, because obviously we have not set up our backend. I will also change the URL to API/upload because I want it to redirect to our backend API. So this will be the format of the URL there as well. But now we don't have a backend, so let's just create a backend for now. So I'll just go to terminal. This time I'll make sure I go inside desktop. I will make a directory and I'll just call it CRM backend like this. So I'll just go inside this CRM backend and I will say npm init. So package name will be CRM backend and everything can be the same. And yes, so it will create my backend file. Let me open that as well. So I'll just go out here, I'll just open new window, and here I will open my CRM backend. It practically doesn't have anything except our package.json file. So let me do one thing. Let me create a backend file, our node file. So I'll just create a file called server.js. Inside here what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to install a couple of packages. So I'll just go out into new terminal, and inside the new terminal, I'll just say npm install express, and this is the first package. Second package we'll use is express-upload, express-fileupload for the file upload feature. Third thing is xlsx package, which is basically helps us to read the excel file. So these are the three packages that we'll need. So I will install these three things. While this is happening, let's just write some of the code. So just import the express, and obviously cursor suggests me this simple API which is running on port 3000 automatically, and the get request is sending it, giving us our hello world. So pretty basic stuff. Let me run this. I'll just say node server.js. So our server is running in port 3000. It looks fine. So I'll just go out here to localhost 3000. I'll just say get hello world. If I just hit 11, then obviously I have to rerun the server again and refresh it. I'll get the response here. So everything is working pretty fine for now. But now the thing is, I want to create this route here. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'll just go out here in our backend, and in our backend I'll just probably, first of all, I'll just remove this API from here and create a route called upload. Okay, so this is going to be post request, of course, because we want to post our file from our to this URL. So this will be a post request /upload. Everything makes sense. So we have /upload, and we're creating a post request for it. To upload any file, we need to use the express-fileupload package. So let's just import it. So just const file upload require the express-fileupload package, and I'll just add it as a middleware. So I'll just say app.use file upload. Obviously cursor automatically suggests it for me, making things easier. Now first of all, what I'm going to do now is, when I get the response, I actually want to do a couple of things. I'll just say console.log requested files, and then I'll just say file uploaded. Okay, now I'm just going to close this server again. I have to return everything because I'm not using node MERN, so I have to obviously run the server again once I change the file, which is pretty fine for now. But let's see, we have our upload route where we're just logging the file that we are getting from the front end, and we're just sending this response. So everything exists for now. Now let's try this. So I'll go out here, and I'll just say, probably refresh this page for now, upload a CSV. I'll just say 3 MB xlx, and you can see here that fetch from origin has been blocked by course policy. So course is basically cross origin resource sharing, and since it is a cross origin, meaning that we have this URL which is completely different from this URL, and we cannot really share a resource between two different URL with different domain and different origins. So this is blocked. There are a couple of ways of solving it. We can also use like course package that Express provides, but what I want to do is, I want to do something different here. I basically want to create a proxy in our React app, and so that when I send request to API, then I want it to redirect to our backend directly. So it's basically like it will feel like we are working on the same URL instead of multiple URLs. So let me try that. Let me show you by an example, and it would be better for you to understand it. For that, let me go to the wide config. So here I'll create another config option called server, and yeah, so inside a server, stop suggesting me and confusing me. So inside our server, I'll create a proxy. I don't need port, I'll just create a proxy, and yeah, so let me just rewrite everything so that it's better to understand. So I want a proxy to /API route. So whenever we are sending any API any request to /API from our white application, or basically our front end or React application. If our React application is sending /API request, then I want to pass or proxy this request to different target. So this is the target, which is going to be obviously localhost 3000, and I also want to change origin, and I also want to rewrite this path called API. So let me show you an example. So now what I can do is, inside our URL, I don't need to do anything. I'll just do /API/upload, and by doing this, if I save it and refresh this page and so click me, upload it. Okay, let me see my backend. See, I get the file here, right? So our console log, it has worked fine. Okay, the file upload is not a valid JSON because obviously we're parsing the JSON here probably, but let's just not do that. Let's just remove the data, and instead of parsing the JSON, we are just going to log the JSON. So I'll just say console.log response. Yeah. So now if I refresh this, click me to upload a file. If I upload it, then I get the response here, which is status 200, meaning that it's successful, and I also can see the log of our data in our backend. But basically what's happening here is, when I send any request to /API, it is going to proxy that request to our backend server, which is localhost 3000, and it's going to replace that path, which is /API, meaning that you directly go to localhost 3000 /upload directly, and I can send the request, and also the course policy goes away because now it's both kind of like the same URL and we are not sharing the resource between different origins. So that's just how it works basically. Now what I need to do is, I need to do a couple of things. First of all, I need to process this file in our backend. To do that, let's just add some validation here first. So I'll just say if request.file request.files doesn't exist. So if the request.files doesn't exist, or I mean, cursor is suggesting me some other code, but I just don't want that. I just say and also like request.files.file doesn't exist. So in this both case, what I want to do is, I just want to send the response. I'll just say return response status 400, no file uploaded. Okay, so this makes sense. So if there is no file, I just want to say that no file is uploaded. But if there is a file, then I'll just want the file here, which comes from request.files.file. After that, I'll create a variable called workbook, and I want to read that file, but I want to read that file from our package called xlsx, which is something that I probably have to import here. So I'll just go out here and just say const xlsx equals to require our package. So from this package, I'm going to read my CSV file. So I'll just go say .read, and inside the read, I'll provide the data from the file, and obviously it's going to be type of buffer because we want to send the buffer. We don't want to upload the file here directly in our server. We just want everything to be done from the buffer. So this is basically going to read our CSV file that we got from the front end. Now I want to get the sheet name from here, which is going to be the initial one, and a couple of things like this. So basically we're getting the initial sheet name, we're getting all the data from the sheet, and we're just converting we're converting that data from the sheet to JSON, and we're just responding with the JSON object that we got from our CSV file. Yeah, so basic stuff, reading the data, and then we're extracting the data and we're converting it into a JSON, and then returning the JSON from the backend. Let me put all of these inside try catch for error handling. So I'll just put inside try, and then I'll just say catch, and just send the status 500 and error uploading file here in our catch block. So now everything looks fine here. Let me again close this server and run the server again and go to my front end. So now this time we are sending, so if I just go to my backend, you can see this time I'm sending the JSON object, so I can basically parse the JSON this time. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just put the code that we had before. So this is a response to JSON and then console log the data. Okay, now let's try this. Before that, let's clear everything, upload the file, and you can see I get all the data from our CSV file right here. Let me display this data as well, but before that I also want some couple of features here. So I'll just const loading, set loading from user state, which we will import from React. I also want some error handling, so I'll just say error. I think these are the two things that I need, probably data as well. So I'll just const data and set data. Okay, so initially the loading is false, but once we start the drop, I want the loading to be true, and finally either it is error or success, I want the loading to be false again. Now here I'll just say if no, not here. What I'll do is I'll just go inside here and just say if we have loading, that I want to show loading, if you have error, that we want to show error. But for that, I think I can set the error from here. I'll just set error equals to error.message, or probably a default error. Let's just say something went wrong, cannot upload file. Okay, so the error will be here. We don't need this, seems like. And yeah, data is fine. I'll just also add set data here. So let's just set data and display the data. Okay, so in case of loading, I want to show an activity indicator, but probably designing is something that you can design however you want it, so it's not an important thing, it's not a big deal, I think. So I'll just leave it as it is and everything looks fine. Instead of data, I cannot show the data directly like this. I'll just say json dot stringify and show the data here. Okay, so everything looks fine. Now let's try it. I'll just refresh this. I'll upload my CSV 3 MB and I'll just say open. Now I see loading, and once the data is loaded, I can see all the data here. That's pretty cool. I can make it even better, or maybe cursor will suggest me to make it pretty better. So I'll just say I have data in this format, whatever this format is. Let's just say like this, couple of them. No, oh god, it's too long, I think. In this format, so it in proper design. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, it is creating a design for us. So let's go out here, let's refresh this. Okay, now let's try 3 MB file is loading, and we have our data like this. See, everything we're extracting from the CSV file, and this is how you can actually upload your CSV file, send it to the backend, process the data, extract the data, convert it into JSON, and you can display it on the front end side. Pretty cool.